Hello, everyone! So today, we're going to take a look at the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Shockwave. Now, I know this is an old figure, but I figured I would buy an old Shockwave before I get the SS86 version, because I pre-ordered it. So, I was contemplating between this one or the comic version of Shockwave, and I ultimately decided on this because I realized that because of the extra bits and pieces of this, extra accessories, it would look he would look different compared to the SS86 version, where the comic version is just a different paint app and it's the exact same figure. So I decided on this, and I've loved it ever since. So let's take a closer look. And by the way, I bought this without a box. Excuse me. So I am not able to show you the box. So up close, look at that. It's very War for Cybertron-esque in design, with all of those details on the body, as you can see, and on the upgrade parts, like this extra shoulder bit and the extra arms. It has like those wear wear and tear effect, which is really nice. I love the aesthetic of it. It's one of the reasons why I like the Siege figures. Now on the legs, here we have him, and at the back we have a massive backpack here. But this is the front part of the spaceship, which we know is actually a gun. But anyway, I love the figure. If you've watched my videos, you know that I love the color purple or violet. So this figure is really amazing for me, and he has amazing light piping as well. So that singular eye of his looks really nice. And the reason why I displayed him, or I initially showed him with the extra parts, so I can show you how to remove them. So you basically just gotta pull the shoulder ones. Okay, so that's it. That's one. That's two. The backpack, you just gotta remove it, just like that. And the extra bit on the legs, or the feet, just gotta pull it out. And there we have, let me get that was out of the way. And here we have Shockwave in this basic mode, which looks really nice and small. It actually looks really small compared to the decked out version. Now, again, another closer look. It's pretty much the same, just minus the extra bits and pieces. Now that I have him here, I'll let you have a look at his articulation. Now, the head is on a weird, I don't know if this is a ball joint, but it's on a weird swivel. So it can look slightly down, slightly up, look side to side, and it can wiggle left and right. The shoulders can do the full 360. They can go to the side this far. They can even go all the way up because of transformation. There's an extra hinge right here. There is a bicep swivel. The elbows can bend pretty much 90, and the wrists can swivel. Both wrists, the left and his gun wrist. Now the waist, they can rotate the full 360 uncompromised. Now the legs, they can kick sidewards that far. Now it has a ratchet joint for the front and back, which is really nice, as you can see. And here, that's really awesome. He has a bicep swivel. The knees are on a ratchet joint as well, so it can ratchet all the way to there. And then there is a ankle pivot, very minimal ankle pivot. Now here I have Shockwave with a bunch of War for Cybertron figures, and I know this is not War for Cybertron Megatron, that is Legacy Minor Megatron, but it's the same mold, so I'm using him for reference. So he scales pretty well with the War for Cybertron figures. This is Sound Blaster, a Netflix Sound Blaster. I'm subbing him for Soundwave, and this is the 86 Starscream, but it's pretty much the Earthrise mold, so it's the same. And I have here Siege Optimus Prime at the back, and he scales really well with them. I like how he scales here. Now I have him here with a couple of 86 figures. I know that's not the 86 Bumblebee, but I'm considering the Devastation Bumblebee as my 86 Bumblebee. But initially I thought Shockwave would be a lot smaller. Well, he is a lot smaller than Megatron and Optimus, but scale-wise, he's, because of his backpack, he's almost as big as Soundwave, and the size difference isn't really that bad, except with Megatron. Now, with his accessories, he actually looks at par, or almost at par, with Megatron and Optimus Prime. Uh, I wish they could have done Shockwave this height in the 86 version. I bet that would look really good. But yeah, here's the scaling if he is with the accessories. Now, before I forget, before I move on to the alt mode, I will show you guys a hover mode version of his accessories. So the base basically is this one, and the foot extensions. So what we need to do is lift up the fin, and then we're basically going to insert these two nozzles right here, just inside, and so that we can tab it right there. Just tab it in, and make sure this is inside of this. And then we can do the exact same thing on the other side. Just slide and then tab, and then we can connect these two together like so. Now we will go to the bottom and we will connect these as well, just just like that. Sorry. Now for the arms or the shoulders, so it's originally situated like this. So there is actually a tab right here which will connect to that slot right there. So what you need to do is just rotate it and then tab it in to fix this in place. Now we will tab it here on the side, just like that. And of course do the exact same thing on the other side. Tab it in and then tab it to the side. And here is Shockwave's hovercraft, which he can obviously stand on. And this is actually my preferred display of this because it's not too bulky, and he looks like a mad genius, you know, standing on top of a hovercraft instead of walking. And it looks cool because it has guns as well, so it's weaponized. So yeah, that's it. Now here we have Shockwave in his alt mode. Oops, sorry, in his alt mode. So this is a Cybertronian spaceship, as they say. Wink, wink. To be honest, it looks like his original alt mode, which is a Cybertronian gun or plasma gun. Now, let's talk about it in a submarine or spaceship mode. Now, this is a Cybertronian spaceship supposed to be, so I have no complaints in the design whatsoever, since it does look Cybertronian. It's more like a space shuttle thing than a spaceship. And then I like the fact that the cockpit has light piping as well, so it looks like the cockpit is lighted. So as you can see, it's full of details, and it's pretty much just Shockwave. I don't like the part that the feet are just sticking out at the back. Now, I'm not a fan of that. Now, some quick size comparisons. I have here the Siege Sound Blaster, which is another Cybertronian spaceship or like a space carrier. So they look good together. I mean, this looks better. This just looks like a weird thing. Now, this is the reason why I decided to buy Shockwave, or the Siege Shockwave, instead of the comic book version. Because if I bought the comic book version, then I would have two figures that look like this. Now, I will show you guys the upgrade in a little bit. But before that, one final comparison. I have here the Siege Seeker mold. This is actually Senator Shockwave from IDW Comics. So I forgot to compare him earlier in the robot mode. But there you go. Now, the upgrades or the accessories. I will show you how to actually connect them. So we will connect the front part like this. There are multiple points of connection. This and this will actually tab to here. Can you guys see it? Here and here, right there. So it's actually pretty easy to connect. Just make sure it tabs in place on both sides, like so, and then this and this, and then we connect it down the middle, and that's the front part. To be honest, this alone looks awesome. Like, it already, I consider this almost a blaster or the gun. So this is already a really good gun mode with this accessory alone. But if we add in the other accessories, mainly this one, and this one. So how do I connect this? Oh, I forgot. So we're gonna tab this here on the legs or in the back of the spaceship. So just like so. And then on the side, we're basically going to tab the foot extensions. Just like this. And of course on the other side, just like this. Now, as you can see, this is a proper space carrier or like a spaceship. Not like the earlier one, the first version, which is very slim. This looks like a proper carrier with all of the weapons in it. It looks really awesome, and this is why I chose the Siege Shockwave instead of the comic book version. Now, if we flip it over, it actually looks like a really good gun with a lot of extra blasters on the side. Now, it's really amazing. I love this version, and I'm pretty sure I will love the 86 version as well. So my final thoughts on the War for Cybertron Siege Shockwave. Definitely a really good figure, especially for its age. I think it's been more than 5 years. I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's been more than 5 years since this was released, and it's still a really good figure in my opinion. I know a lot of you guys don't like the extra bits. It's just their gimmick to make this more expensive. But now that the 86 version is coming out, I think the extra bits are needed to basically separate the two figures to, well, aside from their the lack of detail in the 86 version, but still, this is a really good figure. And obviously, if you guys are going to buy the 86 version or you've pre-ordered it, there's no reason for you guys to buy it if you're only looking for one Shockwave. But if you're curious about the playability of this, then I'm definitely recommending it. It's a really fun figure to mess around with. Its alt mode, the extra bits actually makes the robot mode and alt mode a little bit more exciting and a little bit more fun to mess around with. So yeah, especially with the price that I got it for, it's a decent price. So yeah, for me, it's a really good figure and it's really fun to mess around with. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you do. Thank you for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.